Howdy folks, we're going to do something a little different today. We're going to fish a dock, and from that dock I'm going to show you a few techniques how I've been catching crappie there for years. Been fishing this dock for many years in the subdivision where I live, and usually it has crappie on this time of year. Y'all go along with me, we're going to find out. It's a cool windy day, good day to do that. Better than being on the boat and having the wind push you around on the boat today. Let's go fishing with a dock. Oh boy, that's a monster. Probably a little male. Just trying to see if I could come up with a couple here from the bank today. It's very windy. You see the water chopping here? I thought I'd come there and catch a few from the bank. I was down here 2 weeks ago and I caught 20 off this dock, and I had a couple decent ones. But I hadn't had time to do it since then. So I thought, let's try a little bit today and see what happens on an old windy day. When it's too windy for me, really interested in putting my boat in the water. Bam, guys. I don't think this is a crappie. If it is, it's a good one. It is a good crappie. Now I just caught that little one. I was trying to worry about them getting in the dock. I was going to say I caught 20 down here the other day, and I had a couple of good ones, and I have caught some good ones from this dock. This is the subdivision I live in. We call this the common area, and a lot of people fish from here with minnows in the evenings and stuff. Bam. He was sitting there waiting for it, wasn't he? Look at that. That's a good one, guys. I don't have my board with me. He's probably 13 and a half to 14 in that area. I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm using a cricket. I'm gonna tell you, I started off with a different bait, and I got looking to watercolor, and I thought, man, that water's pretty nasty. I need to get something a little darker, and I just got my little tackle box with me. You know, when y'all go fish at bank, to fish from the bank, you don't carry much. I had a Chaos rigged on this one, swim bait, and I have this little box right here, and I have a little variety of stuff in it. I got BA stingers, LC shads, Chaos, cup prey baits, and I used to fish from the bank a lot for bass too. In the evenings, I'd come in and go like, I ain't putting my boat in the water this evening. And I'd go to a couple of the bridges around here, and I've done really good doing that. We have a couple of good places here within a mile and a half that you could bank fish. Now, in this subdivision, guys, you have to live in here and have a permit on your vehicle to get through the gate up here to fish in the subdivision. So, some of y'all watching this going like, I know where he's at. I'm just telling you ahead of time. I think you can pay, I think you can go to the clubhouse. Yeah, well, I'm on a golf course community, guys, in this subdivision. We have a golf course. And we have a clubhouse. You can go to the clubhouse and buy a $10 permit to use this area. $10 for the day. Alright guys, after I fished that color for a while, that cricket, after I caught that little one, I might show y'all, it's a little teeny one. After I caught him, I got a few other bites, and that was it. And I thought, well, I need to switch one more color before I quit, before I give up. Bam. There you go. There's another good one. It's got a piece of his tail missing. See right here? Alright, this is the grenada bug color. Yeah, see, the water's dirty. And I was fishing this week, a couple days ago, and on another creek on this lake. I went out of this, so this is the subdivision I live on. This is Poplar Creek. I went to the back of it, as far as you can go right there. And I went to another creek, and the water was a lot clearer, and I used the Virginia shad color. That's a good fish there too, guys. He's probably 12 and a half. Okay, and there's the color. That's the grenada bug in the tracer. Alright guys, I ain't getting any bigger. I took a break. The wind was so bad there for a little bit. I mean, it got really bad. He's about 8 inches. Then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go home and take a break. And I had chicken. I had chicken in the crock pot that the thighs I put in there this morning on low. And I wanted to go home and get the barbecue sauce on them. Yeah, that's right. and they were good and tender, and I put some barbecue sauce on them and let them set for another half an hour on low in the crock pot. Oh, that was good. All right, guys. Yeah, I've told y'all before in other videos, I'm a crock pot cooker. I use it a lot. If y'all never done stuff like that, you ought to try it. That chicken gets so tender, you just put a little bit of water, maybe a 1/4 inch of water in the bottom of the crock pot. That's it. And put your chicken in there or your ribs. Yep. Chicken about 4 hours on low. 4, maybe 5. Just kind of watch it and check and get a chance and take your fork, reach in and hit it. And you can tell when it's good and done when she's starting to fall apart. All right, guys. The camera didn't want to come on. I've got my camera set on snap. Quick snap, I think that's what it's called. When you push the button on top, record button, it cuts on, and when it cuts itself off, so it won't run my battery down. He might be 9 inches. And what has happened is a bunch of these males that come in now, they're more active today. That was the next cast. They're more active today, this evening than they were this morning. When I came down this morning, it was probably 1 o'clock, 12:30, and I was just doing something at the house and thought, I came down here when they caught 20, I think I told you earlier. I thought, I'm just going to ride down there for a couple minutes, you know, see what's going on. I'll go back. And I had some chores I had to get done and stuff. Like I told you I was cooking too. When I left house, that was 5:45. So I knew in the evenings we'd get shade over this dock, and maybe they would get a little bit more active. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm trying to show you what I do too, because there's a lot of docks. A lot of y'all can fish docks around at marinas and stuff. They'll let you fish them in places. Since this is, we call it a T-dock. Guys, I've lived here 24 years. It'll be 25 years in October. So yeah, I fished this dock many a times. This is something I've learned to do here. Is I skip it under the dock like that. It came out on the other side. I could see it splash on the other side. Now I'm letting it sink. Now I'm just gonna start reeling it back slow. And I do that for each one, between each pole. Up, something bumped me. Up, had a bump. What they do, they like to get in this corner on this side and the other side. That's 2 places like to get. Now, I can tell you this. Years ago, there was a cedar tree right here, because I put one down here, and over there, I've been 12 years because I put something down. And there's still parts of one on the end because I can feel it. And that's why I've caught the 2 bigger fish off that end. I've got hung in it a couple times now. And it was one middle weight. Me and a couple other young people living here, younger folks, was putting them out. A couple of those people have moved out of here since then. A couple of them have gotten married, moved out. So, and since I've been doing more fishing, you know, from the boat lately, since LiveScope come out, and I've been doing more fishing from the boat open water, I haven't added anything to these docks either. But when my son was young, that's the reason I was adding stuff. Him and I would come here and fish from this dock sometimes 2 or 3 times a week in the evenings. So since he lives about an hour and 45 minutes away and don't come home to fish, so I quit adding stuff here too. So some of that stuff is back going. I can feel it a little bit. That draws them. That helps. So if you got a dock like this, you can fish your dock or friends or somebody. If you can add a couple of Christmas trees, old cedar trees you can cut down somewhere. It's only 5 foot deep here. So, and they do, as you can see, they do park boats here when it's busy. When the lake's busy, people come for the weekend. They can leave their boat here overnight. You know, they can't leave it, but like Friday night or Saturday night, it's got to be out of here Sunday evening. But they can use it for that. So you don't want to put something up where a boat could hit it, right? With a propeller and that type of thing. They're not supposed to swim here. We do have a swimming area right there. All right, guys, I'm going to give you another technique. Here's something else I do. I stand like middle ways this dock, and I'll pitch it over there close as I can to the dock. And I'm going to hold my rod over here close to the dock. And when I think it's deep enough, it's only 5 foot here, so I'm about 3 foot deep now. I'm going to start reeling it. And I just reel it slow. And I might pick up my rod a little bit. That'll bear the bait's coming up some. Now letting it fall a little bit now and start reeling again. That's a natural. Like you want to be a natural looking swim and fall. All right. And I'm bringing it back to me. I'm stopping every once in a while. I'm just reeling really slow. I do that a lot. And I might sit here and pitch it like that 10 times before I quit and move. And do this side. Then I go this way. Yeah, I spend a lot of time here doing that. And you'd be surprised. I don't think the crappie are moving around that much here. But I think you just got to find one that's interested. I think they're scattered all over the stock when they come in there. Okay. Now let me show you something not to do. I'm going to show you what I showed you this one earlier in the video. I can measure my line out. Okay, it's about the length of my rod, and I can go like, I know it's a post right here. All right, here's a post. I can drop it inside that post. Now, when I go all the way down like this, I had about 6 foot of line out. I know I'm close to the bottom. Just like that. Oh, he got off, guys. I had one right there. Bam. Let's see if he'll hit again. They like to hang around the post, so get close to the post, drop it down. Now, I know, like I said, right there, I'm about a foot off the bottom. So I just measured my rod is 7 foot. I had the line coming in about right here, so that's about 5 foot. Now, he hit it first time I picked it up. Right there he is. There he goes. Bam.
Look at it. You got something already.
That's what you do. You pick it up like that. Lightly pick it up. Lightly pick it down so you're just off the bottom. Get him to hit it. All right. Now I'm going to show you what not to do.
Laney, look.
Oh, I've caught one or two.
Oh, yeah?
All right. Here's what not to do. I'm making a video.
Oh, I was like,
oh, you were talking to us.
No, I'm making the video. I'm sorry.
So,
yeah, I guess
it's her birthday and she just got her first fishing pole.
Wow, okay. I hope you catch a big one on it.
Yeah.
Break it in, good. Look, when you're using an artificial jig, this is what not to do. Don't sit here like this and just bounce it up and down. Very subtle movements. You see, I let it fall slowly, and I picked it up real slow. And when I let it fall real slow. Okay? Do not just, it's called a jig, but do not jig it like that. Do not sit there and bounce it up and down. That is not natural. You want it to look like natural, like a minnow came up to check on something, and maybe he went back down slowly, or that type of thing, okay? Watch minnows in the water if the water's clear. They don't, when they move fast, that means they're scared, and they don't never go straight up and straight down, right? There you go, folks. There's a couple techniques you can use on a dock. If you have a friend that owns a dock or knows somebody, ask them. They might let you fish from it, or some marinas. So there's a few techniques you can use. Appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't been on Lake Country Baits, check it out. There's 22 body shapes and over 80 colors, combos. You're going to find something on you like. New stuff comes on regular. Working on something new. New things are added right often. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate everybody that's been ordering from me. Dennis, see y'all next time.